everyone, this is a video all about what I did for my successful frozen embryo transfer cycle. Yeah, that's it. So I had my transfer on the 22nd of May and I got my first positive, real positive test on a first response 5 days past transfer. So I transferred one embryo, one grade A perfect embryo, and that all went well. I've just got a list here so I don't forget anything. I did the pomegranate juice, so disgusting, ew. A lot of people love it. I absolutely hated it. So I would literally pour about this much in a glass, go like this, and scull it. Basically, the pomegranate juice is for your lining. My lining was 9.7. That was the day before trigger. That was 9.7, yeah. So I owe that to the pomegranate juice, I guess. I also did Brazil nuts. So I had 3 Brazil nuts every day from day before transfer until 9 days past transfer. Again, the Brazil nuts are great for implantation. So I just did 3 a day. They're not amazingly delicious. So I just had 3 a day. I did do the pineapple, where basically, if you haven't heard, you cut the pineapple core into 5 parts and eat 1 a day for 5 days. And I started that on the day of transfer. I also did acupuncture. I did that twice weekly from the start of my cycle. So that was for about 4 weeks. I did that twice weekly. And then I did it twice on the day of transfer, so on the way to my transfer and on the way home. I then also had another session the next day. Normally it is 2 days afterwards, but as my transfer was on a Friday, he's not open on a Sunday, so he said the next day after transfer was fine. He also put these things in my ears. I've Googled them, they're called ear seeds, I think. Basically, they've got a tiny little needle in them, tiny little piece of metal, and he shoves them in your earlobes. He put them, He put them in my ears in the session before the transfer, and then in the session on the way home, he took them out and put new ones in different locations. So afterwards, it was one up here and one in here. And basically, he told me to take them off in myself on Sunday night. But I took them out on the Monday night. So 3 days, I had them in for 3 days. He said it didn't matter, that just after 3 days, they become like an earring. So they're just there for decoration. They're not actually doing anything therapeutic. And basically, they're just long-term acupuncture needles on points, so they just allow them to stay in there and you can sleep in them and everything. I found them to be at the start a little bit uncomfortable because I found since I did this that I always fold my ear over. I must do that a lot because I do that and go because they're just a needle in your ear, but otherwise it was fine. I slept fine and everything. It wasn't that bad, and because I get my hair blow dry because my hair is really curly, it's not as if I wash my hair or anything myself over the weekend, so that's fine. One other thing that I followed was no milk. Apparently milk makes your endometrial lining slippery. I don't know if it's true, don't know, but I did that from transfer. I've only been drinking milk sort of after 12 days transfer, so yeah, I don't know if it's true, but I did that, and because I was thinking, I'm not building it all up and make it all sticky with the Brazil nuts and the pineapple to, have milk and make it slippery. So that, checking this. I mentioned it in my other video, but it is an important factor. No. Sorry, my cat's eating my study stacks. I rested. So I mentioned it in my other video, but people tell you different things, either rest or go back to normal activity. But every single person that I spoke to, the 4 people, plus reading online, who had successful transfers, did the rest thing. So go home, lay on the couch. The most strenuous thing you're supposed to do is when you have your shower. So that's what I did. A lot of people say go back to normal activity, for the blood flow to the uterus and everything like that. But to be completely honest, after your transfer, you're going to feel very fragile, and you're going to feel like you don't want it to fall out, which is impossible, but it's something that you feel and you want to protect it. So that's what I did. I rested for 3 days. In fact, I did really solid rest for 3 days, and then I even didn't go back to work after then. I tested like a real positive, like I said, 5 days past transfer, and I was supposed to work the next day, but I just felt my job is on my feet all day lifting things, and I wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready to risk anything. It was too early. I was just testing positive, and I didn't want to risk anything. So I had a little bit more time off, but it was good because I've got exam study, so I'm just sitting down at a computer. So that's fine. I was also so I did what's counted as a natural cycle. So even though you stimulate with follicle stimulating hormone, it's not medicated because it follows your natural progression of hormones, apparently. There's nothing natural about injecting yourself, but anyway. So I did that, which meant I was on the progesterone pessaries for 2 weeks, twice a day. I use them as suppositories, so I use them rectally. If you have a choice, look, I've known a couple of people who use them vaginally, and I say to them, oh my goodness, what are you doing? Put them up your butt. And then they thank me for it. If you use them vaginally, you have to lay down for half an hour. You still get discharge and things like that. Gross. For 2 weeks, I don't think so. They're only little. You wake up, got everything ready for work, literally just slip it up, and I'm telling you, your body warms it up after a couple of seconds. You don't even know what's in there. No discharge, nothing. You can just walk out. See you later. So I did it the first time and never looked back. So I did that for 2 weeks. I also ate really healthily. I did light and easy, so I'm not sure if that's everywhere, but basically you choose your meals and it's calorie controlled, and they drop it off and it's all ready to make and everything like that. So basically I was getting a real wide variety of nutrients and minerals and everything from my body and my baby, my embryo, and I did that. I also drank a lot of water. I read that that's very important. Obviously it's important, but I read that particularly for transfers and IVF success, it's important. So try and drink it. I found that, yes, you do get sick of drinking water, but I mean, I've used there's a peach iced tea, I'm not sure of the brand, cordial, and if I'm really not getting through my water, I'll put a little bit of that in. It tastes like normal peach iced tea, but it's actually cordial, so it's no sugar or anything like that. And I found that helped to get through that last bit of water that you're really struggling to drink. I'm also been on these. It's probably backwards, but it's vitamin D. It's one of those little tablets you drop in water, so it's about that much water at a time. So again, that counts towards your water count. Basically, it's just for vitamin D, 1,000 IU units. And I've been having that every night for, since the start of the cycle, so for 2 months. I have it every day. I've been thinking it counts to what, it's really yummy. This is berry flavour. And I did hear that vitamin D is really good for your lining. And as it's winter at the moment, there's not that much sunshine. I am in Perth, Western Australia, so there is a bit of sunshine in winter. But I've been studying for exams and I've been really busy, so it's hard to go outside. So I've been having that. I'm also on Elevate Prenatal Vitamins. So just prenatal vitamins. I am on Metformin, 500 mg, and it's 3 times a day. So I'm on that. Cannot wait to wean off these at 12 weeks because it's a pain in the A trying to remember your afternoon one. It's so annoying. So let me just done. Another thing after transfer is I did lie on my back when I was sleeping. I'm not a back sleeper, I'm a stomach sleeper, so it was really quite hard, but I just didn't want to lay on my stomach and put any pressure on it. Again, it's probably stupid because your uterus is behind your pubic bone at the start, but I read that you're supposed to lie on your back, so I tried it. It can't hurt. If it's got, even if it might help, it's worth it. You've paid a lot of money, you've invested a lot of your body, your emotions, everything into it. You may as well do that little thing that may or may not help. A lot of prayer every night. Please let this work, please. It works. And another thing as well, sorry, I forgot, with your acupuncture, I spent every single acupuncture session, he starts it off with this meditation CD and it's talking about thinking of someone you love and sending that warmth and love from your heart down to your uterus and spreading through and everything like that. And you do that with the CD, that's right. But then I always spent the next 45 minutes or however long it was literally laying there thinking about babies. My baby. I was thinking about, imagine getting home, imagine what they're going to look like, that first night at home. And I just sat there daydreaming, and you find that you just go into a totally different world. You're so happy. You're thinking positive. When you're lying there thinking about all this, you're not thinking, it might not ever happen, which is what you think in real life. But it's just a positive sort of state of mind where you're thinking about, you're kind of skipping over all of the hardships and you're going to that end product, which is what we're all here for. And you skip straight to it and it's so amazing. And you just lay there and when he comes and wakes you up or, turns the lights on, you're just really happy and you're really positive about it. And you leave thinking, that's right, I'm doing this for a reason and it's going to work. I think that's it. It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. Start your cycle, start your pomegranate juice, grab your Brazil nuts. And I did have a list every day on my calendar, vitamin D, Metformin 1, 2, 3, and I just literally crossed it off because it does, like I said, it seems like a lot, but 3 little Brazil nuts is not that much, but I kind of, I was studying or if I was at work, I would just literally take 3 Brazil nuts and for one of my snacks, I just eat 3 Brazil nuts, crossed off my list. It's all worth it. Try to think positive. Stay away from people who are negative. And I found a lot of people that I know, even when I found out I was pregnant, it's very early, wait until you have your blood test before you tell anyone. And, that's official. You're officially pregnant when, and it's like, I've had my lines getting darker and darker every second day. Well, I only test every second day, but I've seen them getting darker and darker and darker. They're darker than the test line. I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant and I do not have to wait for the blood test to confirm that. You find that it's normally people who don't know what they're talking about or have never been TTC and hardcore TTC like us, and they kind of just pee on a stick and, I'm pregnant. But for you, it's, you're not officially pregnant until your blood test. And even now, I'm finding people are saying, wait until you scan. I'm like, okay. That's so annoying. So stay away from negative people who put this into your head that you might lose your child. Try and stay away from that. we have a hard enough time believing that it's real ourselves. We don't need other people who have no idea about this process coming in and giving their opinion on the matter. That's it. Try and stay positive. Oh, that's the other thing. Sorry, I keep remembering things. We came home after transfer and watched funny movies. So I read a lot of research, Google research, that people who were entertained with clowns after their transfer were more successful. And we came home and watched Bridesmaids and Pitch Perfect #1 and just any funny movie where you're laughing out loud. And we had, for the 3 days, because it went over a weekend, we had an amazing time, my husband and I. We just watched funny movies, we made each other laugh, we played cards, we just did loving things as a family. And we talked about, the future and our baby and everything like that. So I think that's it. I'm sorry this is so long, but I'm guessing you're watching it if you're having an up-and-coming transfer and you want to know everything you can do. Basically, everything you see on the internet to help transfers, I did it. So good luck. I give you so much baby dust, all of my love, and I hope your transfer works. Thank you.